subscribe, hit that notification button. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. Thank you for joining me this evening for my Q&A. I'm going to start out my Q&As a little bit different. I'm going to start out with some announcements, some things that I have coming up. And then I want to take about 5 minutes to talk about a previous video that I uploaded that a lot of people left several comments, okay? So a couple of announcements. You know, I had a video that went up yesterday where I interviewed a Dr. Freeman. He used to work for LHI, VES Services, and QTC, and now he's on his own doing DBQs and Nexus statements, okay? So he's going to come on next month on my live stream, okay? He's going to come on next month on my live stream, and he's going to be taking some questions, okay? And some of those questions, I want them to be about DBQs, not in your case in particular, because that's going to take up a lot of time. A lot of people say, hey, I got a quick question. And next thing you know, we've been on the phone for 20, 30 minutes. Okay. So as it pertains to the VA, there's nothing quick about it. All right. Two, for a lot of you that may have attended my 4-hour presentation that I did last year at the end of July, I am going to do that again the end of next month. So by the end of next week, you will see some advertisements out there for it. And I will be talking about it on my live stream next month. Open up with some of those, with that in the announcements. Okay. So again, for some of you that attended, I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, an hour each night. I think I went maybe 3.5, maybe 4 hours on that last night, which was that Thursday night. So I'm going to be doing it again next month. Make sure you follow me on social media. If you're in my Facebook veterans page, if you're on Twitter, Instagram, and also here, YouTube, even LinkedIn, okay? We're going to be posting it. Make sure you sign up. I am making it limited seating. Last year, I opened up I had 500 seats. I'm not having nearly that many this time around. Okay. So once it's sold out, it is sold out, and I will not be opening up any other seats. Okay. Now, I want to take a couple of minutes about a video that I put up. These proposed changes. Okay. I've been getting a lot of questions. Dwayne, what's going on with these proposed changes? I don't know if somebody else put up a video. The VA has not implemented any of those proposed changes as it pertains to tinnitus, sleep apnea, and the mental conditions. Okay. Now, this is just my opinion. I don't think they're going to do it. I hope that they don't. Here's why. I don't think it's going to benefit the veteran. Someone asked me the other day, they said, well, Dwayne, the mental, they're saying this and they're saying that. Let me tell you something. I rated. I was in that system for years. My team members are former raters. They rated in that system for years. I've looked at the changes they want to implement for the general rating criteria for the mental condition. And based on my training at the VA and adjudicating hundreds of claims, I don't think it's going to benefit the veteran, even though they say, oh, well, the criteria now, if you're 10%, it means you're going to be 30% under the new criteria. At the end of the day, if you don't know how to go in there and reasonably articulate your symptomology as it pertains to how your mental condition affects you on the job and in social life, it don't matter. Trust me. Okay. And another thing I want to address before I get into Q&A, I get a lot of comments. Got one today. And normally I don't let comments get to me. And I still have it. I may say something back. But I don't go off the deep end just out of respect. I understand that people are upset and I don't take it personally. When you say all raters are the same, that is far from the truth. When you say all raters want to see this, That's very irresponsible. I have yet to see a YouTube video out here on YouTube that stated what I wanted to see as a VA rater. So to say all raters are the same and they're looking out to deny veterans, obviously that particular veteran cannot get service connected and they mad. Instead of getting mad, get educated, understand the process, and win. Use the VA regulations to your advantage. But those individuals that say that, more than likely, they're having trouble. They keep getting denied. Probably went out and got a lawyer thinking that would help, and they got denied again. And now it's the Raiders' fault. Okay. Now I'm not saying it's the veterans' fault. There are some VA employees that are not advocates for you, the veteran, and some of those VA employees are veterans themselves. How do I know that? Because I worked in that system. Okay. I worked in it. So I know. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get into some questions here. I'm going to put them up on the screen. So make sure you like and subscribe. Okay. Dan, the Mountain Dew man. Hey, the channel. Hey, love the channel and all the help. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support. I need help understanding the denial for hyperinsomnia. Multiple sleep studies diagnosed with in-service, denied twice, one HLR. Should that be 30%? Please? I don't know. You're giving me, I definitely appreciate the support to the channel. And here's why. You're giving me a microcosm of what I need to answer that question. One, how is it stated in the rating decision? Did you have a CMP exam? What was the rationale of the negative opinion if you had a CMP exam from that medical doctor? Okay. A lot of veterans jump right to a high level review and they don't go and get a copy of their claims folder. And in that claims folder, it should be that CMP exam and look for the rationale. So when you do a high level review, you have to argue fact or law, just not, oh, let me tell you my story. That's all. That's a denial. You probably got 1% chance to get approved. So that would be my question to you, because those are things that I would need to know. Okay. Those are things that I would need to know to be able to answer your question. You didn't say, hey, the doctor said this in the rationale. This is what they provided. This is how I claimed it. This is what the diagnosis was in service. Okay. Okay. One or two, I submitted an intent to file in September 2003 and have FDC for PTSD. FDC claims are no longer a priority. So just because you submitted an FDC, it doesn't matter. Okay. It's just a claim. Okay. For PTSD, ready to submit now. Trying to decide to submit claim now or wait longer in hopes that the proposed mental health changes will be favorable. Well, we already know what the proposed changes are going to be. And in my opinion, they're definitely not going to be favorable. That's just my opinion. Maybe I can get rated now and still file for increase. This falls before my intent to file year expires. I have solid shot at 70% now, but possibly 100 under new. Again, I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right about the proposed changes. It's just my opinion. We're all entitled to our opinion. Okay. But at the end of the day, it will be up to you. Okay. It would be up to you if you want to wait. Obviously, you can do it now or you can wait. And that's one thing I don't tell veterans. They ask me, what is your advice? This is your claim. You have to make that final decision. I'll educate you on some things, but at the end of the day, it's your claim. You have to make the final decision, and we all have to live with that decision. I have 0% service connection for residuals, left shoulder, status post clavicle communicated fracture stemming from an in-service training incident. Now, 14 years later, can I claim left shoulder pain as secondary or increase? That would be an increase. With a private IMO, no. To do a private IMO, you can. But think about this. You're at 0%. If you had pain, let's say 10 years ago, it would have been 10%. Now they've changed it. If you have pain, it's 20%. So if you go to that exam, how do you word that claim? I'm claiming an increase for my left shoulder, service-connected left shoulder condition. Since my last CMP exam, I now have the following symptoms: pain, pain on range of motion, pain with reduced range of motion. Now, let's just say, for instance, you word it that way, right? You go to the exam and the doctor says you don't have pain and you have full range of motion. And you get the rating decision, confirm they continue 0%. That is a CUE on that rater because there's a regulation that states raters can take lay testimony to include pain to grant the higher compensable, which is the 20%. I just gave you a huge nugget. All right. Let's keep going. If I have a condition that falls on the general skin rating scale and was prescribed a daily immunosuppressive drug today with a year-long prescription, can I do an intent to file? One has nothing to do with the other. One has nothing to do with the other. You can file an intent to file. Yeah, why not? And then file a claim once the year mark rolls around being on meds. Yes, you can, and be awarded back pay from the intent to file. Yes. Or will they not award back pay? They're supposed to. I can't say what they will do. Raiders today, they're just doing whatever. I used to get to see light at the end of the tunnel. And if you're a VA Raider and you're doing the right thing, hats off to you. If you're on this channel and you're a VA Raider and you're I don't want to say scumbag, it almost came out. If you're not an advocate for the veteran, then shame on you. Okay. And a lot of times people will say, they'll ask me questions. Well, if I do this, what will they do? You know how many? There's hundreds of Raiders. I don't know all the Raiders. I don't know what each individual Raider will do or will not do. But what my team and I do know as retired VA Raiders and trained by the VA, we know what they're supposed to do per the 38 CFR and M21 manual reference. I'm 70% PTSD for MDD, static. With the new mental health rating, would it be wise for me to ask for an increase? It will be up to you. I've already gave my opinion on, I don't think, somebody let me know, where are you all getting this from? Where are you all getting that? It's definitely in your favor. Where are you getting it from? I want to know that. Tell me, and when you tell me, please tell me it's from somebody that actually rated a case. Please. Okay, somebody tell me, where are you all getting this from, that it's going to be this great thing. Now, it's my opinion, and my opinion only. And it's okay for us to agree to disagree. Okay. So if they do change it and we start seeing more vets get 100%, hey, then I was wrong in my opinion. And I'm okay with that. All right. But I hope if they do change it and veterans get to a higher percentage, I'm all for it. Okay. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, based off what I've seen and what they put up on the VA's website and those proposed changes, I don't see it. Okay. Anthony, original claim, you submit service treatment records and physician records, actionable, sufficient DBQs, and who did you have to review it to ensure that it was actionable and sufficient per the M21 manual reference in 38 CFR? VA denies claim. Would you still request your claims file from VA before filing? Yeah. How are you going to argue fact or law? How are you going to argue that without the file? How? You're going in there blind. Okay. Hello, Dwayne. Thank you for your great YouTube videos. Thank you for Annette Baker for the support. They're so educational. I learned something new with your videos. Hey, I definitely appreciate it. And thank you for the long support that for me, my channel, and my company. Thank you for the donation as well. And we're looking at right now. I've contacted the Veteran Success Center at University of South Florida, USF. They're doing some really good things. And I pledged a $500 scholarship for each semester to go to a veteran that's in need, that's attending that university. Also, I'm donating, I'm donating scholarship through my church in my hometown, Charleston, Missouri. Perry Chapel AME Church we will be giving $1,000 scholarship to someone in that local community that I grew up in my grandmother's name, from the her private family foundation that we created. And we're going to give a family in need, someone that's in college or going to school, college, $1,000 scholarship. So that's where your donation dollars go. Okay, it doesn't go to the Dodge Charger, Dwayne Kimball's Dodge Charger, Hellcat fundraising thing or whatever. Okay, I want one, but we put that back in the community. I enjoy how you break down the information for everyone to understand. Thanks for all you put in for us veterans. No problem, Annette. And that's the only way, I think that's huge. Because being a former VA Raider, I've talked about in some of my videos how veterans were being denied just for tedious things, just the little things. And I could tell that they weren't educated. They needed to be educated. And that's what we do. Okay. All right. Big dog in the Philippines. All right. Hello, Dwayne. Wanted to tell you I got my TDIU, 100% permanent total, chapter 35. There you go. Congratulations, everybody. Give a shout out to Big Dog in the Philippines. He's in the P&T club. All right. Thanks for all the help and especially your book. All right. I learned a lot in 2003 about to do my own claims. Went from 40 to 90 and now 100. There it is. He did it himself. And that's another thing I want to address. A lot of people have been talking about consulting companies. I'm a consulting company. A lot of people say consulting companies do this and do that. We're all different. I don't know what another company does. I know what we do. And what we do, you just heard Ms. Baker say it. You heard Big Dog say it. We educate. So Big Dog watched my videos, read the book, 40, 90, 100, and I don't even think we ever talked on the phone. And I'm okay with that. This is something you can do yourself. But you have to invest the time in the willpower, because not all veterans is it going to be easy. It was not easy for me as a VA Raider. And I talked about that. And I'm going to still talk about it. Stop thinking just because you wore the uniform, the VA is going to just, oh, yeah, that wore the uniform. Let's just, oh, yeah, okay. Forget all the regulations we came up with. Yeah, approve. They're not going to do that. There are people in the VA that don't need to be in the VA because they're not doing the right thing. I don't care if you go get a lawyer. It doesn't matter. If they want to deny their claim, they're going to deny it. Now you're going to have to appeal it. How do you appeal it or do a high-level review? I have videos on that, okay? Let's keep going. Dito girl, what up, DK from Texas? All right, you get the house in Louisiana yet? All eaters are not the same. The stuck on 90, I've got to watch your video trying to get to 100. Okay, I got a video on that. Stuck on 90, how do you get over that hump to 100? Okay. Hey, Dwayne, I had a sleep apnea DBQ completed during my 1-year presumptive period, and I'm now past that point. Could I use that as evidence for direct service connection in a claim? Do you know the criteria for direct service connection? You need 3 things: a diagnosis, which you have, a link in service, and a nexus. So how do you connect that sleep apnea in service? A link. What is your link in service? Not 1 year, within 1 year of discharge. Last time I checked, I don't think sleep apnea is on a 1-year presumptive list. Okay. So you got to understand direct service connection. I think one of my first videos, I talked about the 5 ways of service connection. Even in step 1 of the VA claims process video I did, talked about the 5 ways of service connection. In my book, talk about the 5 ways of service connection. Okay. Hi, are you still offering a free openings for consultations via your website? I think I remember something. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Veronica. I should have talked about this at the beginning. I forgot. Yes, we open up our consultations. I don't do them anymore. One of my associates does it. We're only doing them twice a week. Wednesday and Friday from 9 to 12. And they get booked up quick. Now, understand during that consultation, it is not a 30, 40, 50, 60-minute consultation of let me tell you my story. It's a 15-minute consultation, and the only thing that we're discussing is what we do. We may ask them a couple of general questions to get a feel for, one, are you a fit with the services that we provide? Because there's a lot of things we do not do. Okay. So yes, Veronica, go out, make sure you sign up. And if a slot doesn't come up, that means we only go out like 2 weeks. Okay. I was going out like 2 or 3 months, and people were signing up 3 months, and then I was calling and they were like, oh, I don't remember. And we send out reminder emails. Okay. But yeah, definitely go and just keep checking. Oh, before I forget, Veronica, better yet, the easiest thing, excuse me, that you may want to do, I offer every week and a half, you can sign up on our website. I do a live webinar. It's an hour and a half long. I have a few slides on the VA claims process, talking about a couple of things, but more so I spend time on what services we provide and the fees. And during that webinar, I only take questions about our services. It's not a general Q&A like it is right now. So if you can't get a consultation, then check the webinar, and that's what that webinar is. So basically, we're going to be, it's the same. You just have me live. Okay. So if you can't get the 15-minute consultation, sign up for one of those. Jason, are CMP exam considered medical evidence for the claim a veteran submits? Well, Rater's going to use that. Obviously the doctor has to fill it out, but it's not part of like, well, it could be. It could be if you're doing direct service connection and you go to CMP exam, and that CMP exam shows a diagnosis, then they could use that as one of the 3 elements for direct service connection. Chris, thanks for all you do. Dwayne, I appreciate it. Got a question. Is there any medical facts, reports, or papers from a medical professional or institution that connects tinnitus to migraine headaches? Do you mean, I know there is, Chris, migraines secondary to tinnitus. I can't think of any, but go out to Google and Google it. And I never, I'm not going to say I never. I can't remember ever seeing a veteran claiming tinnitus secondary to migraines. I could have rated one. I just can't remember. But I did several where veterans claim migraines secondary to tinnitus. And I've actually granted some of those based on some medical literature that's out there. I just don't know them right off the top of my head because there's so many. But start with your search there, Chris. Hugh, hey, let's see. My HLR came back as duty to assist there, missing IMO. Submitted more evidence, hoping they will ace exam me, hopefully quicker than showing up. All right. So that evidence that you submitted, they're not going to consider it. And another thing, people, when you're submitting these claims, when you submit a 526CZ, a 0995, a 0996, read the instructions. On that 0996, Hugh, they tell you can submit evidence, but it will not be considered. Only the evidence of record at the time when a claim was originally adjudicated, okay, by the rater. Years ago, they used to look at it. Okay. Done. How long is the wait for evidence gathering to review? There's no time. I put a claim in for diagnosed epilepsy and there's no A lot of people will say, "Oh, it should take them, 2 weeks or it's 2 months." I've seen it where it be 2 days, and then on somebody else's claim, it could be a year. If you're a veteran, you just every Friday you sending in evidence, I can tell your claim is being bounced around because nobody don't want to look at it. You're just kicking the can down the road, kicking the can, kicking the can. These people on quotas. They're looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of papers every single day. If you're a veteran and send in 5,000 pages, that's like a needle in a haystack. Marty, Mr. Kimball, as a rater, if we try to help the rater make his or her, because it is some female raters, how many secondaries before it becomes too time consuming for rating purposes, two or more? Okay, so I'm assuming you're saying, how many claims. I had somebody say raters don't like to see more than one claim. I love rating cases that was 15, 20, 30 issues long because I knew I could spend more time in that claim because I was going to get more production points. So if I had to spend 2 days on it and I rated like 25 of those conditions, and I was solid from a quota standpoint. So a lot of people say, "Oh, raters don't want to." Which rater did you talk to? I'm telling you, I wanted to see more conditions claim. Okay. So be careful when you hear people on YouTube saying these things. Are they just talking to one rater? Are they talking to every single rater? Hundreds of raters out there? Who are they talking to? Okay. Now, you can say, "Oh, Dwayne is a former rater, and this is what he said he would do." And that's it. Because you heard me say it. My claim was denied because VBA said tinnitus doesn't cause migraines. Okay. But why? What was their rationale? Did you get a CMP exam? Did that doctor give, what was the reasoning for negative rationale? Okay, a lot more to unpack there. Roderick, what's the difference between claims file and treatment records? Claims file is that right there. See that? Oh, my finger right there. Man. Okay, that's a claims file. A lot of people think that's a lot. It's not. That's paper. Now it's on a CD. My service treatment records are in that claims file project. Okay. Treatment records, I'm assuming you're saying treatment records from active duty. You got progress notes from the VA Medical Center, and you have progress notes from the private doctor if you go see a doctor. By the way, that ticker down below, that is my website. When we start putting this training that I'm going to do, it's going to be over 4 days, Monday through Friday. It's going to be in the afternoon, probably 7 to 8 each night. And trust me, I'm only sticking to an hour. I'm not going to go over 2 or 3 hours like I did before. Okay. So I hope you're there. All right. So make sure you write down the website. We will have it on the website where you can register. It'll be a link to a landing page. Okay. So just make sure you are somehow connected with me on social media. Chris, any way to find out what position in the national work queue claim it? Oh, look at Chris. Look at Chris. Look at, like Kevin Hart say, look at him. Look at him. He used them big words, national work queue. I see you, Chris. Might get good news for supplemental. Shout out to DJ, great Q&A. Thanks for coming back, Chris. Y'all don't sleep on that service KMD offers. Man, I never had anybody ask me that question, Chris. The national work queue. Can you, man, if you knew a management analyst, maybe, because they handle those. I think, I know they used to. I don't know if they still do. Man, I don't know. I don't know if in VBMS, I'm trying to think if it's somewhere in VBMS, if you call the 800 number and ask them, call the 800 number and ask them, "Hey, can you tell me where I'm at in the national work queue in VBMS?" Make sure you say VBMS. They may or may not know. I'm gonna say they would know, but oh man, Chris, you got me stumped on that one. Good question though. But start there. Start there. Chris say national work queue. All right, I see. Jay Tucker have a question. My PTSD was denied. Excuse me, I don't know why my nose is itching. So I sent in new evidence, etc. And now it's deferred, waiting for further development. What are they saying? Are they digging into? Don't know. There's no way I would know that. I wish I did. I don't know. It could be a number of things. Did you submit a 4142? You know, could they be doing more development to confirm the stressor? They could, but for me to say be definitive in what they're actually doing with your particular claim, I wouldn't know. Even if you had a VSO or somebody to look at it, they would have to spend some time in the folder just to see, especially if they have any notes. But if somebody did a piss poor job, didn't put notes in there, then yeah, there could be a problem in trying to figure that out. Get those likes up. Chris, how many likes do we have? Hi, Veronica says, hi, I currently have two each zeros and a 10. I was awarded in 2010. So, okay, Veronica, what did you get a disability breakdown letter? Excuse me. Y'all see those stripes? See those stripes? One of my first clients' daughter made that for me, that tumbler. So, did you get a disability breakdown letter, Veronica? And the way you get the breakdown letter is call 800-827-1000. 800-827-1000. And you can have them email it to you. If they don't want to email it to you, hang up, call back. They can do it. Okay. Now, when you get it, it's going to be those conditions are going to have a 4-digit diagnostic code. You go to the VA's website, you look them up and see what the next higher criteria is of the zeros and the 10s. And if you feel you qualify, that's a claim for increase. Okay. So a lot of veterans don't do that. They'll just go in for increase because in their mind, they have their own diagnostic codes. This is my diagnostic code. I was down at the VFW and somebody said, go in for increase. I went to the VA hospital and the medical examiner said, oh, you should be 100%. No, it's not the way it worked. So you get that information, Veronica, and then you can see, okay, yep, I fit the criteria for an increase. Let me go get that information if need be. If not, then you don't file a claim for increase. Simple as that. Okay. Okay, so we got what 143, 185 viewers, 38 likes. Come on, somebody, y'all, show me some love. Okay, Crush the Garage. I was diagnosed by 2 different psychiatrists with PTSD and anxiety. I've seen the criteria for benefits, but do you think this specific claim will still require DBQ? I'm preparing for all my evidence. Well, first, what is the stressor? When you can go to any psychiatrist and they can diagnose you with PTSD based off what you tell them. But when you get ready to submit that claim to the VBA, it's different. You got to have a little bit more than that. What is your stressor and can it be confirmed? Also, can you reasonably articulate it to a VA examiner? Christopher, I saw you on LinkedIn, sir. This is where I take the general questions, Christopher. On LinkedIn, I use that more from a professional standpoint, and I get bombarded. I get hammered with questions on there. So thank you for coming over here. Let me go ahead and get to Chris's question. I got a few denials, but within those denials, I got a few favorable findings. I got a video on favorable findings, and actually one of my associates did a live presentation, Chris. So definitely go and check out that video. One being migraine. I was involved in a crash. I'm assuming on active duty. I got service connected for lumbar strain, but denied migraines for the same incident. The same hospital visit documented head issue. What will be my best course of action to get service connected for migraines? I'm currently 70% for anxiety, depression, 10% for lumbar strain. Most veterans are saying I'm leaving a lot of money on the table, but I'm not sure. Can you explain? Sure, Chris. All right. First thing, submit that FOIA request, get a copy of that claims file. That's mine. You're going to get it on CD. If you had a CMP exam for the migraines, that doctor said no. The doctor said no. If you didn't, the rater said no. Got a video on that. Who denied your claim? Got a YouTube video on it. Okay. Now, when you get that claims folder, you'll see that CMP exam. It'll have the medical opinion and it'll have the rationale. Read it. Read it twice. Read it 3 times. Okay. Now, if you go back in and you claim it on a direct basis, by this time you should have a copy of that claims folder that shows that accident. Here you go, Chris. Everybody listen up. I'm about to drop a nugget. I'm going to have to get one of those. I have one. I don't know how to hook it up. One of those streaming things where I can press a little button and be like, ding, 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 or something like that, make a noise. Okay, so here's the nugget. Supplemental claim, need new and relevant evidence. I'm not going to go into detail on that, Chris. I got a video on that. How would you word that claim? Let me see. I am reopening my claim for previously denied migraines. Please see attached evidence from wherever you get the new and relevant evidence, which shows a diagnosis of migraines. I am claiming migraines due to a motor vehicle accident while in service and documented in service. Please see attached whatever that medical records that you have from active duty. During my military time, I had migraine headaches, and I've been having migraine headaches ever since. They are very completely prostrating, and they interfere with my employment. There you go. Personal statement. Guess what, Chris? I got a video on my channel, personal statements. Now, that should be enough for you to get to a CMP exam. I don't know why my nose is itching. I'm so sorry. That should be enough for you to get to a CMP exam. You cleared that hurdle. Now, you got to clear that hurdle with the examiner. And this is where it should be easier for you because you have that prior CMP exam of why that doctor said no. So now, you know what you said, you know what you did say. And Chris, I see you got a badge on. So you must, I'm assuming you're in law enforcement. So it's like you pull somebody over for a traffic ticket and we say, do you know why I pulled you over? Okay. Last time I got pulled over, I told a cop, I said, because you got all C's in high school. I don't know. Just a joke there. But that's the way, you could approach it, Chris. Okay. But you have to understand why that doctor said no. Now, go back to that rating decision. And that rater could have put that rationale in the rating. I used to do it because I would put the medical opinion and the rationale in the rating because I wanted that veteran to know, hey, it's not me that's saying no. It's your examiner that you went to that said no. Okay? So I hope that cleared it up for you, Chris. And thanks for jumping in tonight, Chris, for that question. I was told, okay, Veronica, people, stop. I was told I did a video on that. They said, no. We're not going to do that. Okay, Veronica. No. But I'll read the question. I was told that 2 zeros should have, yes. I used to miss that a lot when I was a rater. It's not always common, but I do know it is a 38 CFR out there that covers that. So I know what you're talking about, Veronica. If that's so, what form should I use to ask for the 10% retroactively? You're not going to get it retroactively. Okay. Sorry, my input wasn't all together. It's okay. But again, Veronica, those zeros, do you meet the criteria for the 10%? Get 10% for all of them. Okay. I have HLR August 3rd, 2023. Vera calls, said New mental health is what the HLR is waiting to be rated before they rate. Is it safe to believe I have a rating coming from HLR? If not, John, there's no way that I would know that. No way. Because when you say Vieira is not a regional office. Vieira doesn't handle high-level reviews. Okay? Correction, meant to say all raters are not the same. Yep, you're right. Did I say, what did I say? It's been a minute. Okay. Alice, hey, thanks for the donation. Alec, I'm sorry, I said Alice. Alec, definitely appreciate it. Went from 10% to 70% using information provided from your videos. Still pending several conditions, and one supplemental claim took 8 months. Thanks for what you do. There it is. So when people say you have to use a accredited lawyer, or you have to use an accredited agent, or you should use a consulting firm, at the end of the day, it's up to you. We still live in America. Okay, we all have choices. If you want to go out and use a free accredited agent, fine. If you want to go out and use a consulting firm and pay for services, that's totally up to you. Only thing I would say, ask questions. Ask their lawyer, hey, did you have to take a test to get accredited, or you just submitted a form and they gave you accreditation? How long have you been doing this? How many successful clients? Same way with accredited agents. I know they have to take a test. Okay. Ned says, get these likes up. Yeah, we got over 200 people. What's going on? No love tonight. Hello from Tennessee. Part of Tennessee you from? Dyersburg, Humboldt, Knoxville, Murfreesboro. Tap. Submitted form for claims filed in January 2023 was granted in June 2023. Here it is, January 24th. Still no. Okay. Yes. All right. We have 208 people on tonight. Somebody, if you're not subscribed to my channel, go to the comment box and start just typing in. I'm not subscribed. I'm not subscribed. Subscribe. Go to my channel. When you go to the channel, you can see videos, shorts. There's links across the top. Click video. Okay. And you'll see a little hourglass off to the right. Type in complaint. And I did a video. It's been Tap. It's been probably about 3 years ago, maybe December 2021, something like that. And I talked about the VA taking a long time to get my claims folder. I did a VA White House hotline complaint. I got that CD in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. In that video, I explained exactly what I did and what I said. Do that. Do not veer from it. And hopefully you should see some success. The reason why I say that, Tap, is because when that video aired about 2 or 3 months later, I had people leaving comments saying, hey, it worked. It worked. Dwayne, I got my claims filed. Okay. I'm so sorry. I don't know why my nose is itching. Can anybody tell me, am I supposed to, when your nose itches, does that mean like you're going to come into a lot of money or something? Somebody let me know. Go Navy. Okay. Okay. I'm going to leave it right there for you. Okay. Go Navy. Another step, I was denied sleep apnea and not service connected. At the same time, I was service connected for sinusitis. Should the VA have looked? No. Why would the VA look for that? No. When I rate it, I am not going out looking for something that the veteran did not claim. No. Should the VA have looked at my obstructive sleep apnea as secondary? No. Or do I have to request it? Yes. Yes, you do. Okay, you do. Hey, Dennis, if you're not service connected, is it worth it to get your own DBQ and X? I would say yes. And I've done videos where I talked about why I stopped going to VA CMP exams and why I started using DBQs and take them to my private doctor. Okay. I was rating and going through the claims process when before DBQs were even out. Okay. Been diagnosed by one VA psychiatrist and one Kaiser with a DBQ. If you got to, okay. What did somebody tell me? What is the one thing that raters look for, that's supposed to look for when you have your own DBQ? Somebody tell me real quick while we got Krusty Garage up here. I'm going to scroll down to the end of the comments. Somebody tell me. I'm waiting. Come on. What is the one thing that your private doctor needs to review when they're doing a DBQ? Somebody put it in the comments. I'm looking. Last comment I'm looking at is T. Edwards, and she says, what number do we call to get a claims file? You don't call the number. You have to submit a FOIA request. There we go. Claims file. So Krusty George, if you don't have, I'm saying Krusty George, Krusty Garage, if you don't have your claims folder, and still, what is some VA employees doing? They're rejecting the DBQs even when they're actionable and sufficient. Guess what? Did a video on it. Christopher, I got a few favorable findings for migraines. I was involved in a crash. I got service connected for a lumbar strain, but died from migraine. I think I already answered that. So yeah, I answered that earlier. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea by the VA after service. I tried to apply for supplemental to secondary to anxiety, but was denied due to service connection. First, Christopher, why did they deny you? What was the reason? What was the rationale? Okay. What was it? I don't know if it's in part 1. We got part 2 with Dr. Freeman tomorrow when I discuss rationales. I did a video. What is a rationale? We have to know that. We have to know what to look for, what it is, where to go find it before, I think, in my opinion, before you go and file another claim. Why did the doctor say no the first time? Justin, hey, thanks for the donation. Definitely appreciate it. When and if these proposed changes take place, if you're understood, will you be great? Yes. Also, Justin did a video on the proposed changes. Okay. A lot of people are asking, well, this is my scenario. What will the VA do? Oh, this is my scenario. What would the VA? Nobody knows. If somebody comes on here anywhere on YouTube and you can tell them I said it, I don't care. I'll stand by this. And they say, oh, here are the stipulations on the guidelines, on the proposed changes. Only it's VA employees don't even know. Now, give you a quick example, and I'm not going to go too much in detail. If you're familiar with the Nehmer Act in 2010, a lot of you may not know, and the PACT Act. Well, the PACT Act, we all know, was August 2022, and they went back to that date. With Nehmer, when they added something to that list, I'm not going to say which list, I don't want to spoil it. We were doing back pays all the way back to the 70s and 80s. Vets getting $500,000 retro, 100,000, 200, 250, 350, 450. Okay, I rated some of those. Why didn't they do it for the PACT Act? That's all I'm gonna say about it. But also in those, Justin, in that video, I talked about the proposed changes. What could happen as well. Okay. Jeff Ellison, good to see you again. Awesome education. Thank you, Jeff, for the huge donation. Definitely appreciate it. Mr. Ellison has been a supporter, like Ms. Baker. I always recognize those names. They've been supporting me for the last couple of years. So I definitely appreciate it. Okay. So somebody let me know. We got 212 people in here tonight. How many likes do we have? Okay. And I'm still not seeing anybody say that they hadn't subscribed to the channel. Okay. All right. Hey, Young, I submitted a supplemental claim for my knees and I got denied. So I submitted another supplemental claim for a secondary claim or both. Where do they fall? Where do the knees fall under the 5 ways of service connection? You got to start there first. Is it pre-service aggravation, direct, secondary? It's not an increase. Are you trying to do a presumptive? You got to figure that out first. Okay. And get the evidence going forward. But then I know PTSD. Okay. I think would a DBQ be required for this claim? I already have evidence linking to my military service and active in combat. Okay. So yeah, whenever you do supplemental claim, you need new relevant evidence. Okay. So which one is it? PTSD or anxiety? Because if it's PTSD, I am reopening my claim for my previously denied PTSD. Please see attached new and relevant evidence from whomever. I am claiming PTSD. Here we go with a nugget. I am claiming PTSD due to fear and hostile military terrorist activity while serving in combat in Afghanistan, Iraq, Saudi, Kuwait, etc., etc., etc. That is enough to get you another CMP exam. Now, on that CMP exam, about to drop another nugget. How does your PTSD affect your social and occupational impairment? And which symptoms do you present with on that DBQ? Education. Education, baby. Nobody can do it better. There it is. There it is. That's what we do in my company, educate veterans like that. Now, you have that education. I can't tell you how your condition affects your social and occupational impairment. But look what I just gave you. Look what I just gave you. Now you got to take it home. Now you got to cross the finish line. Okay. I hope that helps. Crush the Garage. Let me know if it did. Veronica, thank you for the donation. I definitely appreciate it. Can you answer my question about having two? It's a 38 CFR, Veronica. I don't know it right off the top of my head. I know where to go find it. If you're trying to get the back pay on it, you can, look at the video I did, CUE, a CUE. Look at my video on CUEs because CUEs never expire. And you could say, according to this 38 CFR, the rater should have granted compensable, which is compensable is 10%. Non-compensable is 0. Know why I know that? I was trained by the VA. Okay. So you could possibly call the CUE on that using that 38 CFR. I don't know right off the top of my head. If I wasn't live, I could probably find it in 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay. So it could be the CUE, but again, it's going to depend on the information that's in your claims folder. Okay. Also bought your book. Thank you for the support halfway through. Appreciate you and your videos. Not a problem. Appreciate you. Thumbs up. Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah, get those thumbs up. Thank you for that info. Not a problem. But I hope I clarified a little bit more the second time or third time, Veronica. Josie, the VA is sending me to the CMP exam for claims I didn't request. Do I have to show up for those? Also, I've been trying to schedule a paid appointment with you with no. We don't do it that way, Josie. We don't do it that way. Okay. When you say schedule a paid appointment, we don't have any appointments like that. Okay. Go to our website. There's a website down at the bottom. You have to look at one of the services that you're interested in. You can attend one of my webinars and I'll explain it a little bit more in detail. And then provide you with the email, and then you can get signed up that way. A lot of times people just send me emails out of the blue. Can you imagine how many emails I go through daily? Okay. So it doesn't always happen in 24 hours. Okay. Even with my comments, I have to get up early. I get up early, like 4 o'clock. Okay. And do my stretching and some other things. And then I go to the YouTube and I try to answer everybody's question. Okay. Emails are different. I just, every time I wake up, I can look at my emails now and it's like 85. And that's just all within the last hour. Okay. So attend one of my live webinars. I'll explain it, answer your questions, and then from there, we get you set up. Okay. Thanks for all the tips. Got your book. Hope you like it. It's definitely a game changer. All right. We got Mr. David Piatak. Dido Girl is in here, David. So if you're in here, Dido Girl should have reached out to you. She says she's buying a home, I think, in Louisiana. Okay. For those of you that don't know, David Piatek, we've been doing live streams. I think I want to say since August or October of last year. This is his channel, VA Housing Education. Make sure you go out and subscribe. I watched the video today that he put up on my way running an errand. Watched another one earlier this week. I think it was about foreclosure. The one today was about David, don't hate me. What was the one? Got me stumped. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember, but David, I did watch the one today. And it was some good information. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'll text you later. It'll come to me. All right, but we do live streams every month. Okay, so make sure you subscribe to my channel, his channel, and like this live stream, we'll post it, I think, a day or two early, and I'll take questions on VA compensation, and David takes questions on VA housing, VA home loans. He is like a VA home loan walking dictionary, has a lot of good information. Okay. Tom at KMD89 VA Claims. Son, Dwayne Kim, I need you to understand that the process I have to educate myself with to seek compensation caused me to flare and stop me from moving forward. Okay. All right. So I'm pretty sure you got another question somewhere there. Jason, 9+ months and counting to get wife independence added. Now my lawyer choose to get involved. Does the 20 no, I don't think they do on the back pay for dependents. But why you can't do that yourself? Just because you get a lawyer don't mean it's going to be any faster. Okay? Doesn't mean it's going to be any faster. El McBride, when you submit a supplemental, does the same rater? Nope. More than likely, it'll be somebody else. Years ago, it would have probably been more than likely the same. It could be, but it's like a 1% chance of that. How about the quality of rating? It's horrible now. The ratings that I've been seeing and my associates been seeing produced by some of these raters, horrible. Horrible. And I think the main thing that I think, and this is just my opinion, me being, former rater, and I've talked about this in some of my videos, is the training is not the same as it was when I went through. From the beginning of June to the end of October, I was in training. That's how long I was in training before I even touched a claims file. They don't do it anymore. 2 weeks, they're on the floor. Oh, give them a mentor. But what if that mentor that you have is horrible? Now they're giving you bad information and you don't even know it. So, yeah, I'll leave it right there. I've done other videos on that. Susan, appreciate your channel. Thank you, Susan. Hope you're a subscriber. I say my personal statement to reduce the reader's workflow. However, it is about 15 pages, including evidence. Oh, including evidence attached. Okay, I thought you said just a personal statement alone. Did I do the right thing? It's hard to say, Susan, because it's going to be based on like what did you claim, with evidence. So if you submitted several DBQs, actionable sufficient DBQs with a claim form and one page of just a personal statement, I think that would be a good thing. If all the information is correct. If you just send in a bunch of information that doesn't pertain to what you're doing, then 15 pages is not a lot, but still, is it the right information? Oh, sorry. Okay. C. Allen, if a condition was denied, stating it was prior to service and was aggravated while in service, am I able to appeal it? Again, when you appeal, an appeal is not there because you think the VA did something wrong. And this is not for uh, Cordella, it's not just for you. On an appeal, and what we're talking about, appeal high level review, you have to argue fact or law. That's it. Fact or law. We can't take a circle and put it in a square. It doesn't fit, right? You have to argue fact or law. What 38 CFR M21 manual reference or court case did they violate when they did your claim? Okay. Did you claim it as pre-service aggravation? Did you claim it as direct service connection and they denied direct service connection and they didn't address pre-service aggravation? That's the argument on appeal. But how do you know that if you don't have your claims folder to look at the C&P exam? So, yeah, there could be an argument. Hey, wait a minute. They said this happened to service, but in the medical opinion, the doctor only denied it on a direct basis. They didn't deny or grant it on pre-service aggravation. That's fact that you're arguing on a high-level review if you have a copy of your claims folder. Okay, so I'm going to go through, give a shout out to some people who are right at an hour. It's that time. Hey, I'll say C. I hadn't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. Thank you for the donation. Definitely appreciate it. Okay, so I'm just making sure. I want to. Edwin, okay. Infantry Marine with service-connected tinnitus. I submitted 2 secondary claims for migraines and insomnia. Does it matter if I was issued? Oh, that's something totally different. But do some research on that because that could be something that you could be bringing up on the C&P exam. I know about that lawsuit, but that's outside of the VA. Okay, Steven said, subscribe. Paul, subscribe. Okay, appreciate it. Barbara, thanks for the donation. Definitely appreciate it. Going through. I just want to make sure I get everybody that donated. Chris, come on, you didn't have to donate, man. You've done enough. I definitely appreciate it. Morning workload report. Current as 2/3/2024. Some ROs have less than 100 pending claims. Can I ask Vieira? Who's Vieira? Are you talking about Vieira, Florida? To see if they can send my claim to one of the ROs. No, I don't think they're going to do that, Chris. But hey, that's good thinking. Hey, try it. Hey, just try it. Just try it. Let me know if it works. I would have to say probably not, but you just never know. You never know. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Okay. I appreciate all them stars. Okay. All right. Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm thanking everybody who gave those donations. Thank you, Veronica. Definitely appreciate it. And each of those means that you will get a fantastic client. You will be thanked with Bermuda vacation. Either that or someone is nosy about it. I know, right? It just started when I got on here. I don't know why. Okay. All right. So if I didn't get to your question, I do apologize. Normally I used to go a little bit longer, but now I got family time. So again, I want to thank everybody for the support to the channel. I want to thank everybody for the support for the book. Again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me. If you follow me on LinkedIn, I don't take general questions on LinkedIn. It's more from a professional standpoint. But definitely connect. Go to my website, kmd89.com. It's in the ticker below. Here, make sure you subscribe to get updates on the training that I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be doing that every quarter this year. So we're going to be doing it 4 times this year. It is a small fee. Okay. It's going to go 4 hours. It's going to be live. It's not going to be recorded. It's going to be live like I did last year. We've updated the presentation and we will continue to update it if anything changes in the VA system. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can pick up the book on my website. If you go to my website, I will send you a signed copy. We sent out maybe like 20 books today. Also, you can pick it up on Amazon. It's a bestseller on Amazon and disability law. Okay. When you go to my website, scroll all the way down to the bottom, sign up for the newsletter. We do not bombard you with our newsletter. We only send it out twice a month. That is it. Okay. Only twice a month. If you say you send me something and I respond, make sure you check your spam folder. Okay. Okay. All right. So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and make sure you share this with other veterans. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening.